I'm Sonia Wellborn.
And I'm Alexis Malbrough.
We're from the Abundant Living Ministries.
And today we're going to show you how to make a healthy, nutritious, quick meal that the entire family is going to enjoy.
So without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is prepare our potatoes. So you can dice them up. Of course, you're going to wash them first. I've already diced these up. You can dice them up the size that you would like. And I'm going to place them in my pan. Now I'm going to cut this potato. Be careful with your knife. And I'm going to cut them just like that. And so we're going to put these potatoes in the pan. We're going to add our salt. Be very careful with your salt. You don't want to add too much. And all the rest of your seasoning. This is garlic powder. I'm going to add a little rosemary, some pepper, and then I'm going to add my olive oil. And then I'm going to take the tongues and mix everything together like so. We've already preheated our oven at 375 degrees, and we're going to put this in the oven for 25 to 35 minutes. And so now all we have to do is let it bake.
All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get started with our lemon garlic salmon. Salmon is a really delicious fish. It is rich in a lot of vitamins and nutrients, and it cooks really fast. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. You can start off with your salmon fillet here. You wanna put it inside of a pan on a sheet of foil, and make sure that that foil is greased really well with olive oil so that it doesn't stick. Also, you wanna remember whenever you put it in your pan, you wanna put it with the skin facing down. You don't want the skin on top, because then the skin will get really crispy, and then it won't be good. So with the glaze, we're gonna have a mixture of quite a few things. It's gonna be lemon, paprika, diced garlic, diced onions, oregano, a little bit of pink Himalayan salt, and pepper, along with your olive oil. We've already gone and mixed it all together in the bowl right here, and we've mixed it up really well. So what we're gonna do now is we're just gonna take our nice little brush, or if you want to use the spoon, you can. I find it just goes on a little bit easier with the brush. And we're just gonna take it like so. And you want to get a little bit of that garlic and that onion on top there. And you're just gonna spread it on, get it all over. Make sure it's nice and even. And again, depending on how you like to taste, you can have a little bit more, a little bit less, if you like. But again, you just want to make sure you get the sides of it too, because we don't want any part of that fish not having any seasoning. I prefer my salmon really seasoned. And we're just gonna get it on there. Make sure again that it's nice and even. I think I missed the spot here, so I'm just gonna put a little bit more here on the ends. Get a little bit more here on the sides. And once you've got it to a good spread, then you're gonna go ahead and take your sliced lemons, and you're just gonna place them on top around, I think you probably only need maybe about 3 or 4. 3 and 4, I'm gonna put that one right there. Okay, now that we've got our lemon slices on, we're gonna go ahead and put this in the oven for about 30 to 35 minutes at a 375 temp. But before we do that, we're gonna close the foil so that we can lock in some of that heat. Before we put it in the oven, if you gotta just fold it over, almost like you're closing an envelope, just like that. Then we're gonna take it and we're gonna put it in the oven 30 to 35 minutes, 375. All right, now that we've got that in the oven, all we gotta do is wait. All right, so we're ready to do our asparagus. So we have already washed and cut the ends off of our asparagus. So we're gonna go ahead and get them ready in our pan. So we also wanna make sure, just like our salmon, we wanna make sure that our foil is greased so that the asparagus doesn't stick. And you're just gonna take them and spread them out in the pan. Doesn't have to be perfect, but you just wanna make sure that they're at least touching the bottom, to getting a little bit of that grease on there so that, again, they don't stick. If you got a couple of them that are sitting on top of each other, it's fine. It's not gonna prevent any of them from cooking all the way. It's gonna be fine. All right, and after you have all of the asparagus in your pan, you're gonna take your olive oil and you're just gonna do a light drizzle on the top. And then you're gonna go ahead and take your tongs. I use the tongs because it's easier to grip. And you're just gonna kind of stir them up. Just like that. So you can spread out that olive oil. So that each piece of asparagus gets some of that olive oil on it. All right. And then again, still making sure that they're still evenly laid out in your pan. All right. You're gonna take some of your minced garlic and season the asparagus with that. Make sure you get a good little bit. Then you're gonna go ahead and take your pepper, if we can open it. A little bit of pepper, close that, and then we're gonna take our pink Himalayan salt. Or if you don't have pink Himalayan salt, regular salt is just fine. And drizzle it over the top, like so. And then you're gonna take your tongs again and just mix it up again. Spread out those seasonings so that you don't have just the top coat of asparagus with all your seasonings on there. You wanna evenly distribute all of those seasonings. Okay, and make sure that they're nice and flat. All right, and you put your tongs down now. Unlike the salmon, you don't have to take the foil and cover it like you did the salmon. So it's gonna go in the oven. It can still go at 375, but it's only gonna be for about 10 to 12 minutes.
Now everything is prepared and we're getting ready to plate this food. It's nice and hot, so we're gonna get ready to make this, to plate everything. We're gonna put the potatoes on.
It looks yummy.
Yes, it does. It looks really good. And now we're gonna go
ahead, I'm gonna take the spatula and I'm going to just cut me a piece of the salmon.
It looks really good.
Just keep cutting down here. Awesome, this part's coming up. Perfect. Awesome.
Oh, it smells so good.
There we go.
Looks good.
All right, there we go.
Yes, and now we're gonna do the asparagus.
I'm gonna get the parts of the asparagus that have a lot of cheese on it.
Lots of cheese.
Everything is better with cheese.
Cheese. Now you have a nice, healthy meal.
Enjoy.
Bon appetit.